one thing that I was just thinking about, like I just ran to the bathroom to put on a little bit of mascara because sometimes I can look a little washed out when I get on here. I was just thinking about like people who rewatch shows all the time because I'm one of those people. I just started Breaking Bad again last night for the 15th time. If you had any idea how many times I have watched Breaking Bad, you would think there was something very odd about me. And I'm also that way with Game of Thrones. I've watched the Lord of the Rings movies, the extended cuts, 500 times over the last 15 years. I don't know what that's about. But we could Google it and get like a really odd little answer if we want to try that. Sometimes I just don't really trust that though. I was just thinking about it because there's got to be some kind of psychological thing there. Because like my sister's one of those people who she watches new stuff all the time. She is constantly starting a new show, watching something new. Like she's always, oh my gosh, I just watched this movie. It's so good, you got to try it. And it's like maybe 10% of the time I actually do. And I don't know. What would you even type in to Google? What does psychology say? I'm very slow at typing right now because of my finger, which is healing quite nicely, by the way. It looks really good. I've been really trying to baby it a lot. And I was thinking about that too the other day because when that happened, I cut it pretty good. Like pretty good. I kind of went with the length of the finger, and thank God, because I sliced up, not to be too graphic, but like I sliced like all the meat out of that top like knuckle area. And it was so nasty. I did bleed like all over this house too. Like for some reason I ran to the bathroom and was like, oh, I don't know what to do. Why did I come back here? I think I thought I was going to grab some Neosporin or something. And I was like, why did I do this? And I was like holding my hand in the sink in my bathroom. And then I have a white rug in here in the living room. And so I was like, okay, I got to get a paper towel. And so I was like trying to hold underneath so that it wouldn't drip on my rug, which was a complete failure, like a total failure. It did drip on my white rug. And then I came in here and held it over the kitchen sink. And then I ended up wrapping 3 paper towels around it, which got completely soaked. And they wanted to glue it. Like by the time I actually made it to the minor emergency, and they had me sit in there for a long time. I thought, well, why would you not take me back immediately? But I did. I had to wait for 2 other people to go in. And it still, like when I took that little wrap off, it started going again. And to the point that he was like, okay, I can't glue this. He was going to glue me up. And then he changed his mind because he was like, it won't stop. So the whole time that he was sewing me, I was bleeding. It was pretty bad. And then I will tell you, I might have said this last time I spoke about this, but I'm really not squeamish when it comes to needles. Clearly, I get my face injected with stuff. I get tattoos all the time. I used to donate blood for fun. That was like my big 18th birthday thing that I wanted to go do, and I don't know why. But I would go regularly and donate. I've had many IV. Like, I'm never worried about needles. And I have just always been pretty solid when it comes to the grosser things. I don't like it, but I can usually get through it. This is the first time that I have actively been like, I get it, and it's disgusting, and I'm sorry for making fun of people, mostly my sister, for being weird and squeamish. I almost threw up. I almost passed out. The poor guy had the coolest little guy sew me up, and he was like, you need to just lay down. I was like, I need water. I really felt horrible. And I've never had that happen. So I retract and I apologize to all the people that I have thought were weak of mind, soul, and body for getting weird about blood and gore, because it is disgusting. And I was wrong. I stand corrected. I apologize for that. Anyway, back to what we were Googling. What does psychology say about, I wonder if there's any good research on this, people who rewatch TV shows? Okay, let's just read the first thing that came up here, and it is on the internet, so it's pretty solid, obviously. Everything on the internet is true. That's just a fact, okay? We've been knowing that. You actually can't put it on the internet if it's not true. And I feel like I need to clarify that I'm kidding, because I am. Okay, what does psychology say about people who rewatch TV shows? Psychology suggests that people who rewatch TV shows often do so for several reasons: familiarity and predictability, nostalgia, emotional regulation, escapism. That doesn't sound very good. Let's see. Obviously, familiarity and predictability is pretty cut and dry. I feel like that doesn't need to be explained. Nostalgia, same. Let's go for emotional regulation. It says that rewatching shows can act as a coping mechanism, providing emotional regulation and comfort during times of stress or uncertainty. And then there's escapism, immersing oneself in a familiar fictional world. Oh, hell. Can provide temporary relief from stress and anxiety, allowing individuals to recharge and face their real world challenges with renewed energy. These psychological factors contribute to the popularity of comfort viewing, where people turn to familiar narratives for emotional comfort and stability. So awesome. So there's another psychological flaw that I probably need to work on. Love when that happens. I was hoping that we would Google it and it would be like, people that rewatch TV shows are perfectly sane and normal and have nothing that they need to work on, and it often shows signs of extreme wealth and intelligence. That was my hope. No such luck. But all that being said, Breaking Bad is the best show ever, and I'm going to rewatch it again, knowing full well that I'm probably just trying to regulate my nervous system.